Manchester City beat Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup for the 9th time, 5th time under Pep Guardiola alone. Now, in wider context, Carabao Cup may not mean much. I mean, most English football fans barely care about domestic cups, and even in that hierarchy, Carabao Cup comes behind the much more celebrated but waning FA Cup. But when the league leaders and their closest chaser meet in a cup final, it becomes important. And in this case, this could have much farther reaching consequences. So what did we learn from the Carabao Cup final? Number 1. Manchester City still has it. After the run of games that saw City draw their 2 league games against Nottingham Forest and West Ham and lose both legs of the round of 16 Champions League tie against Real Madrid, it was fair to question if this iteration of Manchester City still had what it took to win trophies. Pep has barely ever gone a season without winning any trophies, let alone back-to-back such seasons. But it seemed very possible that this could be another trophyless season for City and Pep. Add that to taking on the league leaders in Arsenal, and it felt nigh impossible. Yet, when push came to shove, Manchester City and Pep were up for it. This may have been City's best game in the season, where they nullified everything Arsenal threw at them. Not only that, they pretty much pegged Arsenal back, especially in the second half, and never allowed them back in the game once they went ahead. Speaking of Manchester City still having it, number 2, Pep Guardiola still has it. There is no denying Pep's credentials. No manager comes even close in terms of winning trophies. Pep is a serial winner, and yet his credentials were questioned due to the way City has performed across the last 2 seasons. In fact, his team selection against Real Madrid was heavily questioned, and some fans went as far as to question his abilities to manage big games. Across online spaces, there were rumors of section of City fanbase wanting Pep out. Despite all that noise, Pep once again proved that he has not only not lost his appetite for winning, but he can still win big games against big opponents in big cup finals. For example, Nico O'Reilly's selection as a left back against Real Madrid was heavily criticized, as he had barely played there for some time and had a stinker. Despite that, O'Reilly was selected as a left back against Arsenal, and not only did he keep Bukayo Saka in check, he came through with match and cup winning brace for City. Pep putting 4 attackers without pressing Arsenal backline worked so well that Arsenal had no other tactic or out. Number 3. Nico O'Reilly affirmed himself as the breakout star of this season. The Carabao Cup may prove to be City's only trophy this season, and the man to do it for City is Nico O'Reilly. The fact that no one was surprised by his performance is a testament to his rise this season. His brace would be the talk of the town, but his overall performance was also top-notch. This game only further confirmed how big Nico O'Reilly can be for City for many years. There were other great performers in the match, namely Nathan Ake, Kosanov, Rodri, Cherki, Nunes, etc. But O'Reilly has been on another level since breaking into City's first team, and this game served as a confirmation of what every City fan had seen from the beginning. Number 4. Arsenal lack the champions mentality. Now, we don't say this lightly. They are rightfully the league leaders. They're 9 points clear at the top, and they have worked hard to get there. Yet, the brand of football they play has always been questioned due to its Darwinness. A very risk-averse, set-piece dependent football can be a pain to watch. But this approach works in the league, as even a draw earns you a point and has helped them to the top of the league. However, cup finals demand more adventure. Apart from the first 20 minutes, Arsenal just never felt like challenging City through open play. They hardly found space through the City press, and once City increased the intensity in the second half, Arsenal simply crumbled under pressure. People can point towards Kepa's mistake or say that with Raya in goal things could have been different, but it was alarming to see the lack of creativity from this Arsenal team. Not only that, they could hardly keep the ball in the second half. This was not a game a champion team plays. And this brings to our last point. Number 5. The title race is not over. Yes, Arsenal sit 9 points ahead of City, having played a game more, but therein lies the crux of this title race. City not only have a game in hand, but they also host Arsenal next month. If City win their game in hand and also beat Arsenal, the deficit then stands at 3 points. And seeing the way Arsenal is playing, would you count on Arsenal not dropping any more points at all? That's not to say City cannot drop points. In fact, looking at the last month, City seems the more likely team to drop points. But sometimes, all you need is a big win to gather momentum. On the other hand, sometimes a loss like this can play on your mind, and with Arsenal having spurned chances to win the league in the past seasons, they'll be under a lot of pressure to see this one through. And we all know, pressure can do funny things. City also have history of overtaking seemingly unsurmountable point gaps to win the league, so there's that added pressure on the Gunners. The Carabao Cup may not hold the prestige of some other competitions, but it's still a major trophy, and winning trophies breeds winning mentality. For Manchester City and Pep, this is yet another testament to their ability of winning trophies even when they're not at their best. For Arsenal, the question about whether they have what it takes to cross the line continues to plague them. For a cup that seemingly no one cares about, it could have massive implications of what this season could mean for both the clubs. Thank you for watching. Like if you liked it, share if you found it worthy, and subscribe for more content like this. This is Salty Football.